Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name's Andy R and this is the Brotherhood of Men, a channel solely dedicated at getting you men out there a better outcome in your lives, because a little bit better is still better. And I do that by giving you facts, statistics, information, anecdotes, telling you stories, my opinion, all in the hope that you get something from the video that will just get your mind working in a certain way that you make better decisions in your life. Now, if you saw today's thumbnail, you're going, what does that mean? Because the thumbnail probably said, if I've done the thumbnail right, should say something along the lines of men are factories and women are warehouses. Now, you might have clicked on this video just to find out what on earth that meant. If you're an OG subscriber, if you're one of my subscribers and you've watched quite a few of these videos, you understand that the thumbnail is definitely explained in the video, but at the same time I go into it in quite some detail. So if you're not already subscribed, and I know that over 70% of the people watching this video are not subscribers, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon, especially if you're a man, because this channel is really for you. And YouTube don't like that, so they've been choking the access to these videos. You're probably very rarely going to get this as a recommendation in your list. So if you want more of this content, and if you are getting something from these videos, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, and that way you won't miss out, and you don't want to miss out. So what do I mean by men are factories, women are warehouses? Well, it's like this. A woman is born with as many eggs as she's going to use in her lifetime. She's born in the womb. That is decided if she's a woman, if she's a girl, sorry, that when she's born, when she goes through puberty, that first egg is taken out of the warehouse and is put into the womb, well, the ovaries, until she either gets fertilized or it gets discarded with some of the womb lining, which is known as a period, and then the next egg comes out of the warehouse. But when that warehouse is empty, when the last egg is used, she then goes into menopause and no longer is fertile. That's not true for men. Men are like factories. We constantly produce active semen throughout our lives, from when we go through puberty to the moment we get slipped into a grave. From the moment we go through puberty to death, we are producing active semen. This is why you see men that can be in their 60s and 70s who are still having children with a younger wife or younger woman, because we're still producing active semen. So we're factories constantly churning out. Women are warehouses. They store the amount of eggs they want, that they have. From the moment they go through puberty and that first egg is taken out of the warehouse, how many eggs they have is just what they've got. They're not going to produce more. It's just a finite number. But for men, we produce millions on each ejaculate, and we constantly produce throughout our life. We're factories. We're constantly producing. So that's what it means by men are factories, women are warehouses. Now, let's go into that a little bit more detail. So, men are factories, women are warehouses. You ask yourself, have you ever been into a shop, or even if you work in the service industry, a shop, etc., they have a thing called pulling forward. What that means is, now I know you guys do it because I do it, and it's a pretty much universal thing for both men and women. You don't grab the first milk on the front of the shelf. You go a bit further back, because you know the fresher milk is further back, because they pull forward the older stock, hoping that that'll get used first, knowing that customers tend to go, oh, the date on this one's a bit stale, you know, it's only got tomorrow's date and that. Oh no, I'll look a bit further back. Oh yeah, this bread's a bit fresher, these eggs are a bit fresher, these milk's a bit fresher. And we do it all the time. We even do think it's on stuff that isn't perishable. You don't tend to grab the front one, you look further back. Oh, this washing powder, I'm not going to grab the front one, you know, I grab the back one. And that's the bit that women are not understanding. The older you get, how long has that stuff been in that warehouse? It's not as fresh as a younger woman. She's got more eggs. She's got more chances of being fertile, of getting pregnant. She's healthier as she's younger. So when a woman starts hitting that the wall, as we call it, around about 30, the danger zone sort of 25, 26 up to 30. The wall is kind of 30. And when they get close to the wall, the baby rabies start. If they've not already had children outside, usually of wedlock, but if they've not already had children, that baby rabies starts because the biological clock's ticking. It can't be negotiated with. It can't be ignored. It's going to happen. Women understand, usually, if they know anything about their own physical health, that 35 is the start of geriatric pregnancy. And what that means is if you're trying to have children around in your 30s, 35 something, you are going to find it harder to get pregnant. You're going to have more problems within the pregnancy, i.e. Birth defects and health issues with the mother. And basically everything physically is not going to be as easy as if you did it in your early 20s, mid-20s. But women, for some reason, have got it into their mind that the 20s are for me. That's for me to experiment, to have my hot girl summer, to just go crazy and, throw caution to the wind and do everything I want before I decide to settle down. But the trouble is, by the time you want to settle down, which is usually around about late 20s, early 30s, that we guys at the same age are hitting our stride. That's when we are hitting our stride to be the most productive, the highest earner, etc. We're starting to get our lives together, and we've had our independence. We're the ones you were sleeping with in that hot girl summer. We're the ones that you were just using as a one-night stand, or you thought we were a good guy and you put us in the friend zone, and we escaped, because that's no place for any man, the friend zone. And a man with something in his noggin will actually go, hey, I'm not a pet that you can leave here, wagging his tail, hoping that you'll come and give him a biscuit and pat him on the head every now and then just to keep me there. No, I've got my life to get on with. I want to have a hot guy summer. I want to be sleeping with all of those women I want to. And you are just getting older and more damaged, and your eggs in the warehouse are getting less viable. So by the time you're getting the baby rabies, by the time that woman is starting to think with a slightly more rational mind, I need to settle down with a good guy, then all of a sudden there's no good guys for them, because they're looking at the 20-year-olds. 22, the 25, the 26-year-olds. Why would I want you already coming up to that geriatric pregnancy age? And this is why you see so many videos, and you see so many posts, and you see so many TikToks and Instagrams and on dating websites and that, women at the wall age going, I'm done with this dating and I'm done with this messing about. You guys don't take us seriously and I want a relationship. Oh, look, the magic man tree has died and withered and gone away because you didn't make the right decisions when you had fresh produce in the warehouse. The man's producing fresh produce every single day. Don't believe me? Go and check his socks. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, do you agree with what I'm saying? Men are factories, women are warehouses. And you grab stuff that's further back because it's got a better date. So when you decide, because it is men who decide whether it's going to be a relationship, women only decide if you're going to have sex with them. And fair enough. That's great. But they don't then get to decide that that's going to lead into anything long term. That's the preview. That is the full premise of men. We are the gatekeepers to relationships. Women are the gatekeepers to sex. That's how it's always been. Throughout history, it's always been that case. Why do you think it's the man who gets down on his knees and says, marry me? Because he's decided that he wants something more long term than just your scintillating conversation and your coochie. He's decided there is more about you, that you are wife material. And unfortunately, like I did in a previous video, that modern women are not wife material, I explained in that why modern women have no wife, they're not wife material, because they've never been trained to be a wife. But men are the ones that get down on their knees and say, that's why it's so insulting when a woman thinks that she's a man and asks a man to marry her. That's just insulting. That's insulting to the man, and she's telling the man in that act that you are going to play a subservient role. You are my biche. So don't accept those. That's why traditionally a woman got 1 day every 4 years that it was acceptable for her to propose marriage, and that was the 29th of February, leap year day. Yeah, traditionally women got that 1 day where it was acceptable for a woman to ask a man to marry her, and the man had to not accept the proposal, but accept the fact that she had that right on that day. Nowadays, women come with that masculine energy, think that hey, I control whether we have a relationship. No, you don't. You get control over whether we sleep with you, whether we have sex with you. That's what you're a gatekeeper to. Men have always, throughout history, been the ones who decide if it becomes anything other than a bit of bedroom fun, bit of bedroom gymnastics. So, as I say, men are factories, women are warehouses. Do you, when you go shopping, not grab that milk at the front, but look a bit deeper to go for something fresher? Well, you're doing exactly the same when you decide that you want to settle down with a woman. You're looking for something a bit fresher. You're not grabbing the stuff at the front. Because most women, and I'm probably going to get some not nice comments about this next statement, but hey, I've never been politically correct. A lot of women are like the crusts on bread. You know, the ends of the bread? Yeah, everybody fingers it, but nobody wants to eat it. Anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. I'm going for a cup of tea because, you know what, I think I've earned one. You men out there, you take care of yourself, because if you don't, who will? And I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.